FCS parents? Hope you guys have had a great week. It's been another fantastic week here at Fairfield Christian School. We've got a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff in the works, planning for both this year and next year. Even though I'm out of the classroom, it seems like I'm busier than ever. We have had a few changes here on campus. As you know, we have a few new teachers here on the campus, and if one of your students has one of those teachers, you probably know specifically about that. But there are a few other changes we are making as well. One of those is to our food service. Hopefully you received an email earlier this week that explained that change a little bit. And today I want to talk to you about why we made some of those decisions. We have gotten a few calls and a few emails about that, and we thought this would be the most efficient way to get that information out to all of you. So we started our food service here at Fairfield Christian School, I believe 7 or 8 years ago, and for the most part it has not changed in that time. The things we were doing back then we're doing now. It was actually started before I got here, but when I came we just kind of kept things the same, and the only changes we've really made is to actually the billing process and some of the prepayment things and those sorts of things, but the food service itself really has not changed. Unfortunately, the health department has changed. In fact, they have changed their rules and regulations. When we first started, we were completely in compliance, and then as they changed, obviously we have to make changes as well. I talked to some people at the health department, one person in particular. I asked them specifically why these changes were being made, and I was told by them that it's simply because the health department wants more money. They want to increase their revenue. So they have changed their regulations to bring more people under certain regulations so that they have to pay more in permits and things like that. And because of that, we've had to make changes here at Fairfield Christian School. Now let me start this by saying we serve about 20 students a day. That's really about approximately 13% of our student body in food service every day here at Fairfield Christian School, 20 students. Last year we had an inspector come in, take a look at the kitchen, asked us to make a couple changes. We made those changes. This year we had an inspector come in, take a look at the kitchen, and tell us that we probably needed to make more significant changes. In fact, they were talking about changing the entire draining system of the sinks, which would require us to drill into the foundation, make some other modifications, along with some of the other changes that they were asking us to make. We're looking at tens of thousands of dollars in changes to our kitchen. That's just not feasible for a lot of different reasons. Primarily because here at our campus, we don't own our facilities here. We are leasing these facilities. And generally, if you're going to make a huge change to your facilities like that, you're going to want to amortize that cost over the length of your lease. Just to be transparent, we have 1 year left in our lease currently. And while we plan on being here longer than that, we don't know exactly how long we're going to be here. If God dropped a great opportunity in our laps, we'd definitely take a look at that. Again, we're not planning on going anywhere, but we don't have a specific timeline of how long we're going to be here. So I don't have a specific number of years to amortize the costs of those significant changes we would need to make in that kitchen. So from a business standpoint, it doesn't make much fiscal sense to do that. The permit cost is going up as well, and when we took a look at all of that, it just does not seem like that is in our best interest to move in that direction. We are in the business of education. We are not in the business of food service, yet they want us to bring our kitchen and everything up to restaurant standards. And again, that's just really not feasible for what we're doing right now. If our student body doubled or tripled, that might be a possibility, but at this point in time, it's just not. And so because of those changes that we would have to make, we have to make some changes in our food service. And that is going to be by serving prepackaged meals. So we have looked at a lot of different options in terms of what we possibly could do here on campus. And prepackaged meals, it seems like the best route to take right now. So for right now, starting March 1st, we're going to be offering Lunchables with a side of fruit as well as our food service, and that's kind of the direction we have to go. Again, we are looking at more options. I've looked at a lot of different options, including looking at an outside food service bringing food in. Unfortunately, most of those are pretty pricey. In addition, most of those require a minimum number of lunch orders, usually between 40 and 60 a day. As I said, we average about 20 a day, so we're not even close to really getting those totals that we would really need to make it efficient for both us as a school and for you as parents. It would greatly increase the cost if we could not get our numbers up. So because of that, we decided to go with this prepackaged option. It's not to say we can't use some other prepackaged options in the future. Again, we're looking at those things, but for now, the most efficient and best way that we can handle this is by having the Lunchables with a side of fruit, and that's going to be our food options for now. It's not the direction we wanted to go, but we're kind of being forced in that direction for fiscal reasons. We are a small school, and sometimes we have to make some decisions that we don't always want to make, but sometimes we need to in order to do the things we need to do and to remain in compliance with what the regulatory bodies around us are requiring us to do. So again, we are still looking at options. If you have some ideas about ways that we can do lunch service, please send those to me. Let me know. I've had a few parents offer some suggestions this week. Those were suggestions we'd already looked at and just were not viable options. But if maybe we didn't think of something, maybe you've got an idea that we have not thought of. If you do, please send them our way. We'll definitely look at them and consider them in terms of changing our lunch options. As I stated earlier, we do have a lot of things in the works for this spring and for next year. One of those things is a spring carnival. So usually we do a big spring production, but this year we're changing things up a little bit. We're going to try doing a spring carnival. All the homerooms will have their own booths. They'll have various activities going on at those booths. We will also have a stage with some performances taking place as well. We're also going to have a raffle and auction. So what we need for those is we need donations. We need businesses or individuals to donate items that we can raffle off because we want to use this as part of a fundraising. There are lots of things we want to do here at the school in terms of different programs we want to offer the kids. One of those things is a more robust STEM program. If you don't know what STEM stands for, it stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And that's an area we definitely want to grow and improve. We want to offer various different things, but some of those programs do require some money to get started and get launched. So we're looking at ways to raise money for that. And so the raffle and any auction items that we have would go towards helping our STEM program. And that's something we'd really like to grow here on campus. So again, if you know of any businesses or individuals that would like to donate, we are a 501c3. If you need our tax ID number, we can get that to you. So for tax deductions and those sorts of things, we would love to be able to take in those donations and raffle those things off and generate some income and some fundraising specifically for things like STEM. As we get closer to that event, we'll be sending out more information. I know classrooms, they're already talking about it, teachers are already talking about it, and we're getting excited. We've got some plans in place. We're going to kind of fill out those plans, and again, as we kind of get those plans worked out, we'll let you know about those plans and what the time frame and what we're going to need and all those sorts of things. Because we do want some parent involvement and parent volunteers as well, so we always like to get you guys involved. We are one big happy family, so we want to get everybody involved in these types of fun events. It's our 10th year anniversary this year. So this carnival is going to celebrate that, and we're looking forward to celebrating that, not just amongst ourselves, but with all of you as well. All right, hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Hope to see you guys real soon. God bless.